This video is about the invisible. About the things that no matter what you do, no matter where you are, no matter who you're with, are always in play. Now, the thing that's really interesting about these is even though they're invisible, they're always there. You can't escape these no matter what you do, no matter what you think about, no matter what your beliefs are. It doesn't matter. They're always there. Now, these things are really hard to identify because they are invisible, but they can be identified. Call them contexts of existence. Now, in order to really go into depth into these invisibles, we have to first get to the ground zero, the foundation, the baseline level. And it turns out that that is a spiritual principle, existence and non-existence. This is everything and nothing. So there are two metaphors that really point at this very well, although they're metaphors and they can only point at it. So the pointing is, of course, limited. The first is a dreamy cloud surrounded by a boundless and impenetrable clear sky. The dreamy cloud is a dream because, of course, life is a dream. The dreamy cloud is an outline, and inside of the outline of the dreamy cloud, it's like a dream, like literally like a dream. It's like your perception right now. And outside of this dreamy cloud is just this absolute impenetrable sky that goes out for infinities in all directions. So that even if this cloud were to somehow manifest a cloud arm and it would reach out into this sky, because the sky is impenetrable, it would be as if it didn't move at all. It would be as if it didn't even scratch the surface of what the sky was. And even if the cloud were to move around somehow in this clear sky, it would be as if it wasn't going anywhere at all. Because infinity in all directions is like every point that you are inside of this clear sky is like the center. So even if the cloud is changing, morphing into different forms, into different clouds, that it's not actually going anywhere. It's not really moving at all. The second metaphor that really points at this really good is a single world, a sun almost. It's as if existence is like the sun. It gives and gives and gives, and it's almost as if existence is the source of existence. But when you contemplate the source of existence, it's just different. It's different. It's like creation. This constant unfolding of evolution. This present moment, this immediate now, right here, empirical, this field of awareness, this baseline is so foundational. So foundational. It's just ripping away all of the assumptions of your mind and clearing the table so that you can see what's really going on. And it's as if it's all one thing. It's like this, it's like a space, but it's not a space. It is like a space that holds forms, surrounded by a space that, of course, is not a space, that holds absolutely nothing, the vacuum of space. Vacuum of space. So you see, the vacuum of space that I'm talking about, it's not like the cosmos, it's not like galaxies that we're in right now. It includes that. Well, existence includes that. The unfathomable vacuum of space is void of everything. This is true nothingness. There's nothing there. There's not even space there. It says absolutely nothing. Now, a good metaphor to really identify this, because what I'm talking about, I'm using these visual representations that you can hold in your mind. But this is everything I'm saying is just a pointer. It's pointing at these things that are in your immediate moment, always right now. This is why it is illuminating the invisible. So existence is the present moment. If you've ever meditated, you probably know what existence is. And so the nothingness that I'm trying to point at is what makes the existence more or less meaningless. See, this nothingness is like oblivion. Of course, it's not a place, but a place is a good metaphor for the nothingness, the emptiness, which is the same thing. Oblivion is like a place of no place, of complete nothingness, where existence sits somewhere inside of it, really doesn't matter where because it can't go anywhere inside of it. And so you walk through your days, through your lives, and you don't actually go anywhere. There's just forms that change. It's like existence is a bubble that collapses all of the dualities of the mind into one single thing. And in order to really capture what this is, just imagine if you were born just a second ago. Then you can look back a few more seconds ago and say, what just happened? Like it's as if there is something out of nothing. And from this point, you cannot use logic to try to justify what just happened, to try to rationalize existence, to try to rationalize your place in the cosmos. It can't be done. See, it can't be done. Now, there's a reason for this, and we'll go into it later as we contemplate meaning, which is another context of existence. The massive one, in fact. So, this concept, existence and non-existence, perhaps it's just a function of the mind. See, from the moment you were born, your mind starts recording memory. Another context of existence that we can't escape, at least right now. And we'll go into this. We'll go into the mind. We'll go into death. We'll go into suffering. We'll go into meaning. We'll go into value. All of these things. Context of existence. Now, there's more to it. There's more to it. What you are looking at right now is not obvious. It's not obvious. First off, existence is not obvious, and what you're seeing is more than what you're actually seeing, because there's many assumed things that are going on behind the scenes, and existence includes all of these. So right now, you're looking at wherever you're looking at, but you're also assuming that there's something behind you. You're assuming that you're in a place, a location. You're assuming that that location is surrounded by other people. You're assuming your relationships with all of the people you know. These are all assumptions. They don't have to be stated in every moment. They're assumed. They're included. They are held in your mind constantly as the assumptions of your mind. And they are included in existence. So existence really is a totality. It is so epic, so huge, you cannot grasp it. And now when I point at existence, I can point in every single direction, and I am still pointing at existence. I cannot point outside of existence, which is why it's very difficult to point at non-existence. It's very difficult to point at the emptiness. But if I were to try to point at the emptiness, I would say something like this. You're in the present moment. You have a visual field. On the outside of your visual field and your peripheral, on the edges of your vision, it kind of goes dark. And then what I'm pointing at is beyond that darkness. Into the unknown unknown. And that is the emptiness. And that is a metaphor, right? So every single time I use a metaphor, it's only to illuminate one aspect of the divine idea that I'm trying to grasp. I'm trying to hold in mind with these concepts, with these images, with this meaning. All right, so this is hopefully getting you to identify and just recognize your cosmic positionality in the cosmos. This situation that's going on, and just to identify it, just to see it, just to wipe everything clear and see this for what it is.